What's good, people? Wanted to come on real quick and talk a little bit about some news that's coming out of Ashburn this morning, as the Washington Redskins have named Nate Katzer as special teams coordinator. Now, Katzer has been with Tampa Bay for the last few years, and I believe with Tennessee before that. Press release goes to read, the Washington Redskins announced today that they have named Nate Katzer as special teams coordinator. Katzer is entering his 12th NFL season after spending the last 3 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Prior to joining Tampa Bay, Katzer has spent his NFL career in various coaching capacities with the Titans and Jaguars. Before assuming the role of special teams coordinator with the Bucs in 2006, he was a special teams coordinator with the Titans and assisted with the Jag special teams unit in 08 to 2011. You can see the quotes there from Gruden, and they go on to talk about how he's worked with punter Brian Anger and a few other things. They go on to speak about how he spent 4 seasons with the Titans, special teams coordinator there. Here's where he's been the last few years. Besides the fact of finally filling this position, I'm not really excited about this pickup, obviously, for several different reasons. And in this case, you have to look no further than what John Keim has been talking about. Now, he uses one particular source to talk about ranking special teams, and looking at those numbers, he says that the Bucs finished 6th in yards per opponent on kick return and 17th in yards per kick return. For his 3 years there, they were 4th in punt return yards and 26th in yards per kick return through ESPN Stats Info. Now, when he goes to looking at the other numbers, you see they kind of fluctuate a little bit. Now, if we were to look at Football Outsiders and deem all the numbers off of them, it's not very pretty. As J.P. Finley wrote, the Redskins were 8th in total Football Outsider special team ranks last year, while Tampa Bay ranked at 29th. That's not exactly a good move. That's not a lateral move at all. It's definitely a downgrade from where we were last year. Now, one thing to take into account with that, obviously, is personnel. I believe we have better players, and we definitely have a better personnel setup than Tampa does on special teams. Anybody that would like to discuss that further, I could objectively argue with you, but the only way to really prove that is to look at breakdowns of player by player, and play by play. And I can tell you that the Redskins played better on special teams than Tampa did this year. Now, that just all comes down to how much you blame on the special teams coach or how much you give credit to the special teams coach. That's going to depend on the situation and the opinion, my assumption is. Now, as you can see, Keim went on to say the Cats are coached in Tampa Bay, but there is no connection to Bruce Allen and the Allen Tampa days. That's a big thing right now floating around, because most Redskin fans have completely rejected the idea of Bruce Allen being involved in any kind of situation, even though he's still in the building. A lot of us don't want him involved in the football operations. And with the Redskins being as hush-hush and quiet with everything as they have been, it leads to speculation. And such radio outlets such as 106.7 are thriving right now because the Redskins are choosing to be completely quiet about everything. So as long as the Redskins continue to be quiet, outlets like 106.7 are going to continue to pump out whatever they deem may be the truth. You know, the bad part about it is some of the stuff that they're saying is likely the truth, but it gets mixed into other stuff which may not be the truth. And in the long run, when it all comes out, or even if it doesn't all come out, it just makes them look like they're, kind of pining for the next headline to try to get everybody upset over. And of course, everybody is upset, so it's not hard. But you really should be paying attention to are the facts. And right now, we hired Katzer. It's not a good lateral move. It is, however, a guy. And that's really all it is at this point. We really won't know where the special teams will be at underneath this guy until next year, when we can let our personnel take the field and see where they're at. And That's actually the same for pretty much any special teams guy, unless you're hiring like a special teams guru who's been doing it for 15 to 20 years and has never moved on to the next level. A lot of times special teams is where coaches will start. So it's hard to gauge how good they are at their job when they're at a starting point. And special teams ends up being using the talent that's left over after all the skill spots. Now, I know some coaches really, push their special teams unit to thrive and to be tops of the league, but others in certain capacities, such as Tampa Bay, are not left with the greatest personnel a lot of times to do things with. But that's neither here nor there. As I said before, that's a situation where opinion is where the conversation heads. It's at least nice to see that the Redskins are finally allowing us to see that they're doing something. And if I hear anything more on this, I'll definitely come back in and do another video on it. But that's about all I got. Hail to the Redskins. Peace.